I've sat here for what, 2 hours, probably going to be 3 or 4, and listen to these smoke screens that my friends on the other side of the aisle are saying. They bring up the trial of Donald Trump, convicted felon. Really? By a judge that is a known anti-Trumper? You bring out Mr. Nadler, I've got the floor. If you're going to interrupt, Mr. Chairman, call him down when he interrupts. It's my time, and then I'll let you respond, but I'm tired of this. You talk over everybody. It's so rude of you. But look.
A hit dog will holler, eh? MAGA Republican Congress member Ralph Norman saying, "You're being rude," to Democratic Congress member Jim McGovern because the Democratic Congress member was pointing out the lies in real time, that it wasn't a judge who convicted Donald Trump in the New York criminal trial. It was a jury of Donald Trump's peers. Democratic Congressmember Jim McGovern was not done yet, going on the offense and calling out MAGA Republican Jim Jordan for not showing up to the hearing and sending a substitute instead. Take a look.
And we're missing a chairman here. Mr. Jordan, I think, sent a substitute, which is unfortunate, because I would have liked to have asked Chairman Jordan about his noncompliance with the congressional subpoena, but I guess maybe he was too afraid to come or didn't want to have to deal with that question.
And Democratic Congressmember Jim McGovern was absolutely on fire during this hearing and saying, "You want to know what the real Trump derangement syndrome going on around here is? I'm looking at the other side of the aisle to the Republican Party that's been taken over by MAGA." Here, play this clip.
And as usual, the only Trump derangement syndrome going on around here is on the other side of the aisle. I mean, people are saying that Biden orchestrated the conviction of his own son in order to justify the criminal charges against Trump. That is how you think when you are in a cult. So here's the bottom line. Republicans just can't wrap their heads around the idea that their presidential candidate, your presumptive nominee, is a convicted felon. That is not the result of a sham process or some vast conspiracy by the Biden administration. That is the result of the truth. And these attacks on our justice system have to come to a stop. They are dangerous. They are irresponsible. They are nothing but false conspiracy theories being pushed to try and excuse the actions of the former president. And they are made even more absurd by the outcome of the trial this morning in Delaware.
Then you had the leader of the MAGA Republicans, MAGA Mike Johnson, who showed up to Donald Trump's criminal trial. Donald Trump dressed him up in the long red tie, along with the other MAGA Republican Congress members and senators. But here's MAGA Republican Mike Johnson just walking briskly, or perhaps running away from the press when they're asking him a very basic question. The fact that Hunter Biden has been convicted in a prosecution by the Department of Justice that is currently under President Biden's leadership. Doesn't that seem to contradict your view that there's some sort of two-tier justice system where the president's own son has just been convicted, or you're just going to whine more for Donald Trump? MAGA Mike chose to whine more. Here, play this clip.
I have not had an opportunity. I've been in meetings all morning, so I haven't even seen. All I know is that he was found guilty, but I think that's appropriate.
And Mr. Speaker, you said tomorrow was contempt of Congress. Do you have the votes for Merrick Garland tomorrow?
We'll be making the timing decision later this afternoon.
But Mr. Speaker, you've been saying.
I'm not sure about that yet.
But Mr. Speaker, you've been saying two-tier system of justice for some time. Here's the president's son being convicted on 3 counts. Doesn't that undercut your claims?
It doesn't. Every case is different, and clearly the evidence was overwhelming here. I don't think that's the case in the Trump trials, and all the charges that have been brought against him have been obviously brought for political purposes. Hunter Biden is a separate instance.
Who's going to win the congressional baseball game tomorrow?
Hey, Ben Meiselas here from the MeidasTouch Network. I hope you're enjoying that video. I just wanted to give you an update on some important news about the climate. I know it's something that we don't talk enough about on the MeidasTouch Network, and I always hear from you, Ben, can you just give some updates and focus on this very important issue? So I want to start doing that a little bit. So Here's an update that I think is important. Did you know that young people across the country, thousands of them, are going to be starting jobs working for the American Climate Corps this month? President Biden's new climate jobs program is putting young people to work starting this summer. Jobs like firefighters, lawn busters, urban farm fellows, traditional ecological knowledge stewards, young people working on food security or energy conservation issues in cities. Other young people will be tackling invasive species and stream restoration on public land. Look, we talk a lot on the MeidasTouch network about jobs, jobs, jobs. And when we can create new jobs and help the environment, that is a perfect match. So one of the places you can go to get more news on this, where I go to get more news on this, go to acc.gov. It's the official site for the American Climate Corps. If you're a young person or you know young people who may be interested in getting one of these types of jobs, have them just go to acc.gov. It's a great resource. So anyway, I hope you enjoy these climate updates. I'm going to be doing more of them, but let's go back to the video that you're currently watching. Let's play it. And by the way, that's what was coming out of the MAGA Republicans over and over again after the conviction of Hunter Biden. They just evolve their conspiracy theories, and now they say the fact that Hunter Biden was convicted in federal court in Delaware, that's part of the cover-up. You see, the special counsel appointed by Donald Trump is part of the secret cabal, and the guilty verdict and the prosecution was a sham, and it was actually a way to try to hide the broader crimes taking place. That's what the MAGA Republicans are actually saying now. Here's Don Jr. post the official Trump campaign statement. It says, Trump campaign statement on the Hunter Biden trial verdict and Biden crime family. That's what the Trump campaign is putting out. The convicted felons campaign is putting out. It says, this trial has been nothing more than a distraction from the real crimes of the Biden crime family. That's what convicted Donald Trump says, which has raked in tens of millions of dollars from China, Russia, and Ukraine. All false, but go on, convicted felon, whose son-in-law made $3 billion from Middle Eastern nations, and you who made tens of millions of, actually traceable tens of millions of dollars and don't pay your taxes. Crooked Joe Biden's reign over the Biden family criminal empire is all coming to an end on November 5th, and never again will a Biden sell government access for personal profit. Yes, Trump, the convicted felon who literally sold access to the government, is putting out that statement right there. Stephen Miller says the DOJ, Donald Trump's top aide, the DOJ is running election interference for Joe Biden. That's why the DOJ did not charge Hunter with being an unregistered foreign agent or any crime connected with foreign corruption. Why? Because all the evidence would leak back to Joe. DOJ is Joe's election protection racket. You see, the prosecution of Hunter was all part of the cabal. You can't make this stuff up, folks. And all of the other comments that came out were just like this. By the way, Don Jr. then posted the following deleted video suggesting his brother Eric might be gay for wearing these pants. Here, play this clip. And by the way, our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, wrote, Eric pretending to do manual layer in spiffy white pants. Everything that these people do is fake and staged. Speaking of Democrats going back on the offense, President Biden gave a speech in Washington, D.C. The same day, by the way, his son was convicted. Biden is not whining, complaining. You're not hearing, oh, this is rigged or this is unfair. No, law and order. We respect the verdict of juries, and President Biden goes and talks about issues that the American people care about, despite it's probably a difficult day for President Biden. Biden talks about how his predecessor told the NRA convention recently he's proud that he did nothing. Play this clip.
My predecessor told the NRA convention recently he's proud that, quote, I did nothing on guns when I was president. And by doing nothing, he made the situation considerably worse. That's why every town, why this summit, why all of you here today are so damn important. We need you. We need you to overcome the unrelenting opposition of the gun lobby, gun manufacturers, so many politicians when they oppose common sense gun legislation.
President Biden talks about after a school shooting in Iowa what Donald Trump said. Play the clip.
After a school shooting in Iowa that killed a student and a teacher, my predecessor was asked about it. You remember what he said? He said, have to get over it. Hell no, we don't have to get over it. We got to stop it. We got to stop it and stop it now.
Here was a great moment in the speech where someone in the crowd expressed their admiration for President Biden.
Look at all the mothers' organizations across the country.
Mr. President, you are making a change to I love you so much and God.
And here's another moment, though, where a protester interrupted President Biden's speech, but watch President Biden's, I think, compassionate response. Play this clip.
It's from the bottom of my heart. No, 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 no. Folks, it's okay. Look, they care. Innocent children have been lost. They make a full point.
Should be noted as well that President Biden made a pledge on March 26th after the Baltimore bridge collapse, quote, "We're going to send all the federal resources they need. The people of Baltimore can count on us to stick with them every step of the way until the port is reopened and the bridge is rebuilt." Well, folks, we can now announce today on June 11th, Baltimore Key Shipping Channel fully reopens after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. And then finally, I want to read for you President Biden's statement on the verdict in Hunter Biden's trial. No caps, no yelling, no saying it's rigged, no attacking the judge. Here's the statement from President Joe Biden. As I said last week, I am the president, but I am also a dad. Jill and I love our son, and we are so proud of the man he is today. So many families who have had loved ones battle addiction understand the feeling of pride seeing someone you love come out the other side and be so strong and resilient in recovery. As I also said last week, I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that. There you have it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.